Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Min's Minute Modcast. Today, I'm joined by the fabulous Emily. Hey, Emily.
Hi, how are you?
I'm super cool. We've only got a minute, so let's crack on. So, I know that you've reinvented your career multiple times, from the times we worked together at Deloitte to now becoming a coach and a mentor. Um, can you tell me a little bit about your career shifts that were the most challenging to you, what you learnt from those, and any lessons learnt?
Oh, right. That's a really, really great question. Yeah, you're right. I have shifted. So I started off as an auditor, then I moved into HR, and then I was an investigator then for Deloitte, and then I went into private banking. So you're absolutely right. I've transitioned enormously. I would say the most difficult for me was when I transitioned between being a consultant to going in-house. So a consultant, I was consulting for 27 years and then going in-house was probably more challenging than I expected. So I would say, if I was going to give advice to anybody, to really understand the role that you're applying for, really understand the culture of the organization. And once you're there, really build really strong, solid relationships with everybody in the organization, and expect that there's a different cadence, there's a different way of doing things in-house compared to consulting. It's kind of a different rhythm. So I would say that was probably the biggest challenge that I faced during one of my many transitions.
Cool. That leads me nicely to my second question, which is all about navigating those career crossroads. Now, I know you've guided like many women through their sort of, pivotal sort of career defining moments. Right. So, for example, taking a break from work to sort of managing, those leadership transitions. What do you find sort of common challenges that they face? How do you help them navigate those crossroads successfully?
Yeah, another great question. So I would say the navigation tool that I use the most is around really building their self-worth. So what I find with a lot of professional women is that they undervalue themselves, and therefore they're really underselling themselves, which is a real shame because they're really, really talented ladies that I work with. So what I tend to do is we have a period of reflection on their career. And I have a number of tools and methodologies where we really drill down into their career and their experiences to bring out all of their achievements and accomplishes, all the things that they've been really good at, what they've really excelled in. And they fill up their bag with all of these wonderful attributes that they can then use, whether it's in an elevator pitch, whether it's in their CVs, whether it's in a networking event, to really be able to demonstrate their self-worth so that they then get the opportunities that they really deserve.
Amazing. Final question. It was really interesting to see how you've been in the work you've been doing as a coach, kind of focused on being a menopause coach, which is something that is absolutely sort of awesome. I mean, on that topic, what sorts of barriers have you seen women face in their sort of professional sort of growth in terms of facing up to and getting through menopause?
Really, really appreciate you asking this question, Min, and being able to talk about it, I think, is like the first point. So just you mentioning it and talking it and saying the M word, I'm just so excited because, there is like these barriers even talking about it. I'm on my journey at the moment, and certainly women face a lot of challenges in this space, and absolutely passionate about it. And becoming menopause coach has put me, front of center as part of these challenges and overcoming these challenges for women. For me, I think in the workplace, having a psychologically safe place for women to be able to talk about the challenges. There are huge taboos around these topics, and not being able to talk about it at work really, really impacts your performance. And you want to be able to talk about it. You want to be able to share some of the challenges that you're going through, because ultimately every woman wants to continue working. There's no doubt about it. They want to continue performing, but it may be that they just need to have a conversation in confidence to be able to share some of the challenges that they're facing so that they can overcome them collectively with their organisation.